Got hard. So this afternoon we're just going to go to the bottom of the land where we have a few pine trees just to check on processionary caterpillars. We have seen one or two people who've had one or two. I thought it was a bit early in the season for them. I didn't think they started coming out while March time. But after seeing one or two, we don't want them bothering the dogs, so we're going to go and have a look. We'll take you along with us. So while we're just passing, we're just having a look at one or two of the vegetables. It's got quite overgrown. We haven't had a chance to look after it with all the weather and what have you. It needs a good weeding. But the lettuce still seems to be doing quite well. Carrots seem to be still growing, and some of them are a little bit small, but some of them are popping up quite nicely, still growing on. So, and the onions are quite big. So just where I'm standing, what used to be a old apple tree, it was in pretty bad condition. We didn't think we'd be able to keep it, but I didn't really think it had just fallen down, but it has. And as you can see, it's quite rotten inside. It's had insects and bugs in it eating away. And if Debbie can just show you where I am at the moment, this is how our land is at the moment. We've got quite a lot of water, which we expected. Too boggy to do anything really.
Yeah, so we're coming across some quite big boggy patches.
Well, they're not actually boggy, they're just soaked.
Waterlogged.
Yeah. There's a lot of standing water. The ground's still quite firm underneath actually, which has surprised me. But yeah, as you can see, it's more puddles than anything else. So hopefully some of this will soak away. But I should think it'll soon dry out in summer.
Oh, it will do, definitely.
But yeah, I'm really surprised how much water there is down here. So we're just coming up on one or two of the smaller pines now. So we'll have a look and see what we can see if there's anything in them. No, this one looks fine. No signs of anything. Somebody said you get like a brown tangle before they actually start webbing, where they lay their eggs. So I'm looking for that as well as the white nests, but I think that one's fine.
So this bit here, I know you talked about the brown, but this is just new growth, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's just
they seem to be like knotted together, and I mean there is bits what die on it, which you will see.
They're going to do anyway, aren't they?
But it's like where they're clustered up like that, and then they're brown and sort of knotted.
Yeah.
Seemed to be the thing that I'd seen on other videos. So yeah, I've noticed two things on this one actually now. I think these are eggs. Can you see these patches? So there, and a bit higher up.
Is that one right at the top?
And right at the top there is a full nest by the look of it. There. So I ain't going to do anything with them today. What I am going to do is arrange a fire.
Register a fire.
I'm going to register for a fire, yeah, and
tomorrow.
Get this cut down. As I say, I think that's a patch of eggs. So yeah, we'll get them taken down and burnt. So we've just had Dottie and Alfie to the vets for a shampoo, and a bit of a trim. Shampoo and blow dry, and a little bit of a trim. They come back, Dottie! She's looking really cute and fluffy at the moment. So Alfie won't stand still long enough for me to show you his haircut, but well, his shampoo and clean up, but he's been pampered a little bit as well.
And they smell absolutely adorable.
That's the best thing, they smell better.
So this was all from yesterday's dinner, the peelings, etc. So I'm going to take this round to the farmer, because I think because he does appreciate it for the goats, and it gives them something other than grass. So I'm just on my way down to the farmer's house just to take him the peelings, and he's got his goat and sheep up here. And when I spoke to him the other day, he's just said that the goat's expecting 2 kids this time.
Nice to see when when they're born, bouncing about like the like the little lambs did. Love the sound of the goat bells and sheep bells as well. On here, good morning. It's very cold this morning. Had quite a lot of frost, but the sun's out now and it's coming up quite bright. I registered for a fire this morning. We've got quite a lot of wood to burn off, and as you probably saw earlier in the video, we've got some processionary caterpillars, so I'm going to put them on the fire as well. That's one of the reasons for having the fire. So we have got quite a lot of wood and stuff to burn, and we've been going to do it for a while, so yeah, I'm just going to set the fire going and see how we do. I said here we have registered for a fire. For those of you who don't know, in Portugal you can't just light a fire anywhere in the garden or whatever. You do have to go onto the site, register it, because certain times you're not allowed fires. You're not allowed fires in certain wind conditions and such like, so you have to go onto the site, register it. It gives you a point of latitude and longitude, or you give it a position of latitude and longitude, and it's got to be within 10 metres of that point what you put on. This is so the fire brigade or whoever know where to come if there's a major issue or a problem, and also so the police GNR can come round and check that you are registered if they see a lot of smoke coming up or whatever. Yeah, it's a good idea really, you know, everybody knows what's going on. So I'm just starting the fire. Little sort of stoves you can see on top might have been nice for some stuff, but they are riddled with woodworm, so obviously we're not going to do anything with them, so yeah, they're going on as well. I'm just using some dry wood and some bits and bobs just to get it going, and once it's going I'll get some bits of trees and branches, and I'll go down and get the processionary caterpillar nests as well, but I need it going first, so yep. The other thing about having a fire is while you're having it you can't leave it unattended, so yeah, I can't go and get the processionary caterpillars while Debbie's ready, and then we'll go down and get them. So hopefully I'll be able to get this going. Yeah, just got to keep putting little bits on until we can get something lit. As most people will tell you, fellas like playing with fire, so we'll be poking stuff in here for ages. I hope you can see I've got quite a good fire base going. I'm going to leave it just to burn it that a little bit to get a bed down to the bottom, and then I'll continue piling it up. I want to get a lot burnt today really if we can. As I say, the main thing is going and getting the caterpillars, but I can't do that until I've got somebody else to watch the fire. So for the moment it's just keeping a nice fire going and keeping an eye on what we've got coming up. Obviously we don't want to be setting fires to anything. So it's getting a bit big now, so we'll just let it die down a bit and then top it up as we go. Once it gets a good base, I can then just keep topping it up without floating about too much. As you can probably see, I'm alternating a bit between branches and wood, old wood we will do, just to keep a nice base going, and then obviously the branches will just push in further, keep them burning. Now I've got a good bed, I'm trying not to put too much on at a time, although they look long bits, there's only a little bit of it burning, and then I'll just push it further in. I've just got my brake just to control the spread because I don't want it spreading too far outwards. So I can just push it in as it travels out. I want to keep it more or less in the same area, but keep it going nicely. So Debbie thinks fire watch duty is actually deck chair and a cup of coffee. Don't think I've shown you how nice a day it is today now the sun's out. Nice and bright, a little bit smoky over there, but that's us. There's beautiful sky. You can see the aeroplanes flying about as well. A lot of them, people coming and going. We haven't seen that for a while, it's been too much cloud. So, I'm just on my way down now to get the processionary caterpillars. We've got the fire burning nicely, got a bucket, something to cut it with and some gloves. So we're just going to take the top off where they are and drop it in the bucket straight up and dump it on the fire. So there it is at the top up there.
Yeah.
What I'm hoping to do is take the branch down round about here. Oh, there's another one there, look.
You're kidding?
No.
Where?
Here.
Oh yeah.
So I'm going to take that branch off there.
Yeah. You haven't got your gloves on.
Too late. Do you just want to show that?
Yeah, I think you need to put your gloves on.
I do, yep, you're dead right.
Where is it?
Here. Oh, yeah. There might have been eggs.
Where? That you had hold of?
Oh. Eggs are an issue. Eggs haven't even grown into fluffies. But, so I think I just saw some eggs somewhere as well. Here. No, keep pointing over here, love, and it's over here. You see my finger?
Oh, right, yeah.
Just Teflon them in.
So this is the big one.
And these I think are eggs clusters. These here. No, you're pointing.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're just going to take that up and put it on the fire. So I don't know whether you can see how smoky that is. That's the pine what we've just put on. Obviously it's wet, so that's the trouble there.
And it might be the oil out the pine as well.
Yeah, it's pine needles and what have you. But yeah, it's because it's damp as well. Hopefully that'll soon burn off, which is why I put some other wood on it, get some heat there, and it tends to flame up and take the smoke further away and thin it out as well. So while we've got the fire going, Debbie's just thrown in the pomegranates. We don't really know what we're doing, but we read somewhere where it said, you know, you can cut them well back at this time of year, so I think that's what we're doing. Now, she's pruning, and when I prune, I'd have started off on them thick bits down near the bottom. My pruning's hack. But,
well, mine's not much better.
a lot of this will get straight onto the fire as well, so probably smoke a little bit more because it's not dead, but you know, we've got to get rid of it. We might as well get rid of it while we've got fire. So Debbie's been saying for a few days that she wants this side branch off because, yeah, it's actually rotten near the bottom. It does seem to be growing, but it just will give us a bit more view and a bit more light. So I'm just going to whiz that off now.
It is kind of overbalancing the tree as well. So we've made a good start on trimming some of the trees back. This is the first olive that we've done. Ali Rose made a start on it. She got most of it off. There was only a few bits to come off. She'd also made a start on this. I've just tidied that up a little bit. Trying to go for that martini glass look. I think that's how you're supposed to cut them. While I was off filming somewhere else, giving Steve a chance to get the tree down, it's gone.
Well, it didn't actually go. I was part way through it and got my saw trapped. So I thought I'd just pull it and see if it just opened up a little bit. But it all just went. Hit me on the head as well. So, yeah.
think what we should do with this is take the smaller branches off and save the big one for firewood.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Which is like we've, you know, done with other bits that we've cut back. I've also trimmed back these two pomegranate bushes. I've cut them by 1/3, that's what it says on the internet, and then just trimmed up the straggly bits. So we'll see how they do. I think they're supposed to have 2 females and 1 male. So we did get 2 or 3 small fruits off it this year, so I'm hoping that, well, 1 must be male and 1 must be female.
So I've just pulled these half a tree over here and Debi's just stripping some of the branches off. She's doing a real good job as well.
Oh, I don't know about that.
No, I do. Some of the bigger ones I may have to get in a bit, but maybe not. They're much bigger than that, they'll be getting chopped as logs for fire anyway. So it's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon now, maybe a little bit later. This is the last burn I'm doing today. I've just got some wood on it just to finish burning the branches and what have you. Yeah, so just going to keep it in a pile now, and then when it's burnt most of the wood away, it'll never burn it all away completely. Got to put it out before we go anywhere tonight, bed or otherwise. So we'll be letting it die down and then giving it a good soaking with the hose pipe, make sure it's well out. I'd just like to add the site where we found out to do the burning. Was a link from Luke and Sarah's Off-Grid Life, I think it's called. I'll look that up and I'll put the proper name on there for you. So to help the fire die out now, because it's obviously very hot in the middles, I'm just spreading it out a little bit. Let it die down a bit and then I'll get some water on it, probably the hose pipe. We'll give it a bit of time to die. So I'm just going to start cooling the fire down. A couple of buckets first, see how we do. So that should be out. It's had about 6 bucketfuls on. I've certainly got some water down here. So I'm just going to rake it about and make sure there's no hot spots. So it all looks nice and wet. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. Happy that's out, but just to make sure, what I shall be doing is I'm going for a shower in a second, and what I shall do is come back and just recheck it. And then I shall be having my tea and then I'll come back out and recheck it again. I can't see any hot spots or anything like that. Still a little bit of steam rising, so there's obviously some heat in the ground, but which could reignite. But I think it's out. So I've just come out to check it for the second time and it looks as though it's all out. A little bit of steam still coming up, but yeah, I've just had a rake about and I can't see anything any different, anything lit, so we'll call that out, I think. And as we said, it's been a nice clear day all day, but yeah, we've got a few little light clouds forming, but I think it's going to get really cold tonight. So, you know what you get for during the day, nice clouds, nice clear sky, you pay for later. That was Dottie just joining in.
So we have put on £2 or £3 each over Christmas, not as much as we normally do, so that's a plus. But I'm just going to bake a cake, but I'm going to do a sponge cake so it's got no fat in, and then just drizzle a topping on it. So I've started off, I've got 3 eggs in the mixer and I've just whisked those lightly. And now I'm going to add 4.5 ounces of sugar. Sorry, I work in old money. I don't do grams. That's 4.5 ounces of sugar. I'm just going to add this to the mixer. It's a really easy recipe. So I'm now going to put in 4.5 ounces of self-raising flour. I'm just going to get that ready. Oops, there's 5 there. That's ready to go in when that's mixed. I've had this mixer for about 2 years, but I've never really used it in the UK. I brought it with me and I don't know why I never used it, to be honest, because it's brilliant. So I'm going to leave that whisking until it goes white. So at the moment it's a yellowy colour, I'll just show you. But when that's finished whisking, it'll be almost white. I think that's as frothy as we're going to get it and as light as we're going to get it due to the colour of the eggs. So I'm now gently just going to fold in 4.5 ounces of sieved flour. The oven's been preheating at 170, 180 if it's not a fan oven. And then, because all my baking tins, I threw them out in the UK before we came, so I'm just going to have to use this small, it's like a lasagna dish really. And then that's going to go in the oven on 180 for about 25-30 minutes. So I'm just going to drizzle it on. People who've watched me before know that I'm rustic with me baking and cooking. It's how it tastes that matters. It's just to save a few calories really, that it's not all over the cake. So the moment of truth. I don't think that looks too bad. Should taste all right anyway.
So that's all for this week. Thank you for watching. Please give us a like, subscribe, and don't forget to ring the notification bell. And we'll see you in the next vlog.